Marked the 10th World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, a United Nations project to shine light on a growing problem around the world. The FBI combats the crime in the U.S., and over the past decade, the crime has grown exponentially, especially here in the Southeast.
While the numbers from their new decade-long study may shock you, the likely method for that increase may not. An FBI representative tells us human trafficking is something to watch for no matter where we live, work, or travel.
The number of reports of human trafficking continues to go up every year.
On this World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, the FBI is talking about alarming results of a 10-year study.
Back in 2013, when we first started tracking this, there were only 22 cases of human trafficking reported in the entire nation. Now we're into the hundreds and thousands.
More than 8,000 cases over the past decade, and the Bureau's Tony Thomas tells us
51% of those local reports come from the southern U.S., from the Southeast.
Thanks to many factors, the interstates, the good weather, and it's beyond our cities.
It's in the suburbs. It's in what some people consider the nice neighborhoods, the not so advantaged neighborhoods. This is everywhere.
Victims are exploited in many different ways: sexual abuse, forced labor, criminal begging, illegal adoption, and the typical victims.
The stats show that they are typically 80–90% girls between the ages of 13 and 19.
And Thomas adds they're not usually kidnapped or snatched away.
They are coerced into doing this, looking for a better life, maybe a better home life, better economic status, maybe a relationship. But these criminals know what to look for in these teens, and they groom them, get them out of their home situation, and then take advantage of them.
The psychological ploy can begin online.
Social media has increased the chance that teenagers are meeting these abusers. Many times the internet, apps, social media, that stuff is playing a part in how these connections are being made.
And once in a bad situation,
many times these teens aren't necessarily being physically restrained, but maybe psychologically restrained. They think they have no alternative.
But should this story find one of those victims, Thomas says there is a way out. Try to speak to an authority figure.
There's also, 1-800-CALL FBI. Call your local authorities. Call your local school, your hospital. Just call another trusted adult that can help you get out of that situation.
And here are some things that may tip you off to a human trafficking situation. If you notice a nice house and maybe a teenager who lives in bad conditions on the same property, that may merit a question. A younger person you see at the store lets an adult who doesn't appear to be a relative speak and make all the decisions for them. Someone who's lost all interest in something which they used to be very active, a sport, a hobby, for example. A person who uncharacteristically withdraws from family and friends. And finally, a teen who suddenly has an expensive new gift, not from a family member. That could be from someone who's trying to groom them.
And here